Cryptids, hauntings, conspiracies, forgotten history. This is the Shadow Frequency Podcast with Matt Wilson. To lure you into the shadows, here's your show's producer, Juniper Ravenwood.
Welcome, listeners, to episode 164 of The Shadow Frequency, where we dive into the dark corners of the unknown. I'm your producer, Juniper, and tonight we're stepping into the eerie embrace of Hill House in Mineral Wells, Texas, a Victorian mansion steeped in whispers of Native American hideouts, Prohibition-era bootlegging, and spirits who refuse to leave. This place is a magnet for paranormal investigators, with tales of vanishing guests and a spectral woman named Sarah who lingers in its decaying halls. Get ready for a chilling ride into one of Texas's most haunted sites. Matt, you've been digging into this one. What's got you spooked already?
Oh, Juniper, this place is something else. The stories coming out of Hill House,
Right.
They're the kind where you feel eyes on you just reading about it. I mean, objects moving, voices in empty rooms,
Wow.
and a history so dark it's like the walls are screaming. I'm already wondering if I'd last a night there.
I'm not sure I'd make it past the front door, Matt. All right, listeners, buckle up for a creepy journey. Over to you, Matt, to guide us through the shadows of Hill House.
Welcome back to The Shadow Frequency, listeners. Tonight, we're unraveling the chilling secrets of Hill House, a Victorian mansion in Mineral Wells, Texas, that's earned its reputation as one of the most haunted places in the state. Built in the late 1800s, this sprawling 3,800 square foot relic sits in the shadow of the infamous Baker Hotel, and its history is as dark as the mountain it backs up against. Let's step into the past and feel the weight of what lingers there. Hill House started as an A-frame home during the Civil War era, owned by one of Mineral Wells' founding families, the Kyles. Back then, the land was a battleground. Kiowa, Waco, and Comanche tribes roamed East Mountain, clashing with outlaws and settlers. William Barclay Kyle, a Texas Ranger, reportedly hunted Native Americans on this very land, and some say the violence of those days left a spiritual scar. By the 1880s, the house was expanded into the Grand Victorian we know today, but its early years were marked by tragedy. It served as a makeshift hospital, treating those drawn to the town's mineral wells, believed to have healing powers. Not everyone left alive. The flu outbreak claimed lives, including former owner Deborah Renfro, and some believe those who died never truly left. Fast forward to the 1920s, and Hill House took a darker turn. With the Baker Hotel just 125 feet away, it became a hub for illegal activity during Prohibition. Bootleggers ran liquor through its halls, and it operated as a brothel, catering to wealthy hotel guests seeking discreet thrills. The house saw its share of violence, murders, rapes, and mysterious deaths. One story whispers of a disfigured boy, born to a working girl, who lived upstairs until his tragic end around age 6. His spirit is said to haunt the second floor, his playful voice echoing near the staircase. Then there's Sarah, a spectral woman tied to the house's seedier days, whose presence is felt in cold chills and sudden dread. Visitors report hearing her whispers, sometimes angry, sometimes pleading. Paranormal investigators flock to Hill House, and the stories they bring back are bone-chilling. Over 600 documented scratches, bite marks, and even burns have been reported. Objects move on their own, doors slam, footsteps echo in empty rooms, and green orbs drift through the air. One group caught a Class A EVP, a clear voice saying, "Get out," in the scratcher room, where a mineral well lies open, its water still bubbling with secrets. The Estes, who've owned the house since 2017, say it's home to at least 9 spirits, including a menacing entity named Toby. Kathy Estes won't even sleep upstairs, claiming she's been attacked by unseen forces. This place doesn't just feel haunted, it feels alive with something restless, something that doesn't want you there. Juniper, I'm getting chills just talking about this. Hill House sounds like it's got a pulse of its own, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely, Matt. I'm picturing those creaky stairs and Sarah's whispers, and I'm already noping out.
Right.
What do you think the spirits want from all these visitors?
I think they're stuck, Juniper, replaying their tragedies or maybe just guarding their territory. Let's take a quick break and then we'll dig deeper into what's haunting Hill House. Over to you, Juniper.
Wow, listeners, Hill House is giving me all the creepy vibes tonight. Those stories of Sarah and that poor little boy's spirit. Can you imagine hearing these voices in the dark? I bet some of you are already planning your own ghost hunting trip to Mineral Wells, or maybe you're just glad you're safe at home. Coming up, Matt's going to dive into more eerie encounters and maybe even question what's really going on in that mansion. But first, let's hear from Chris Beach to tell you where you can find the Shadow Frequency.
Cheers, Juniper! If you're loving the Shadow Frequency, please like and subscribe and follow us on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, and all major podcast directories. Visit our website at shadowfrequencypodcast.com to catch all our episodes. Leave a voicemail telling us where you're listening from. We might feature it in our next episode. Check out our Shadow blog for companion articles to our episodes, grab some cool swag from our store, or support us by buying us a coffee. Now let's get back over to Juniper for a dive into the mailbag, where we share your thoughts and stories. Juniper?
Thanks, Chris. Now it's time for our mailbag segment where we share your thoughts and spooky stories. Gotta reach over and hit the button.
It's time for the Shadow Frequency mailbag.
Here's a message from Sharon M. in Burlington, Vermont. She says, "Hi, Matt and Juniper. I just wanted to drop you a quick note from up here in Vermont to say how much I absolutely love the Shadow Frequency. Every episode pulls me in. UFOs, cryptids, hauntings, conspiracies. I can't get enough of it. You both do such a great job bringing the stories to life. It feels like I'm sitting around the campfire hearing secrets no one else dares to tell. Want to say the website looks fantastic. Super easy to navigate, and I love the dark, mysterious vibe that really fits the tone of the show. Thanks for all the work you do. I look forward to each new drop, and I've even started re-listening to some of the older episodes. Keep digging into the shadows. I'll be listening. All the best from Sharon M., Burlington, Vermont." Sharon, thank you for the love. That campfire vibe is exactly what we're going for. Keep those stories coming, listeners. Drop us a line at shadowpodcast@protonmail.com. Real quick, big thanks to our friends at Shimmerwood for helping us stay chill while diving into the strange and supernatural. Their award-winning CBD seltzers blend full-spectrum CBD with natural fruit shrubs for a crisp, calming drink that's perfect when the weird gets a little too weird. Hey, if you want to try it, you can head over to shimmerwood.com and use our promo code SHADOW25 for 30% off any order. That's SHADOW25 at shimmerwood.com for 30% off. Cheers to a less stress and more strange. All right, Matt, take us back to the haunted hills of Hill House.
Welcome back to the Shadow Frequency, where we're knee-deep in the paranormal pulse of Hill House in Mineral Wells, Texas. We've already walked through its grim history, Native American battles, a makeshift hospital, and a Prohibition-era den of bootlegging and vice. The spirits here, from the playful boy to the enigmatic Sarah, seem to cling to every crevice of this Victorian mansion. But let's explore more of what makes this place a paranormal hotspot and consider what might be fueling these hauntings. Paranormal teams have been visiting Hill House for years, and the evidence they've gathered is staggering. In 2021, the Travel Channel's Portals to Hell investigated, with host Jack Osborne calling it one of the most demonic places he's ever encountered. Investigators report capturing shadow figures on video, especially in Toby's room, where lights flicker and objects fly off shelves. One group recorded a chilling EVP of a woman's voice saying, "Help me," in the kitchen, where a brutal murder allegedly took place. The Estes, the current owners, have cameras everywhere, and they've caught footage of guests being pulled off beds or scratched so badly they bled through their clothes. The Scratcher Room, with its open mineral well, is a hotspot. Some say the well itself is a portal, drawing spirits from the land's violent past. But it's not just the spirits that keep people coming back. Visitors describe an almost addictive pull to the Hill House, like it calls to them in dreams. Kathy Estes says only about 50% of overnight guests make it through the night. Even seasoned paranormal teams, they hear growls, feel bites, or see green orbs floating through the halls. One investigator reported a freezing chill snaking up their arm in a room with no open windows, followed by a K2 meter spiking wildly. The little boy spirit, believed to be the son of a prostitute from the 1950s, is especially active, often responding to questions with giggles or moving toys left for him. Now let's pause for a moment of skepticism. Could some of this be overhyped? The Estes have turned Hill House into a paranormal research center, and some wonder if the stories are amplified to draw in ghost hunters. The history is murky. Records don't always confirm the exact dates of deaths or the brothel's operation. Maybe the power of suggestion, combined with an old creaky house, makes people see and hear things that aren't there. Still, with hundreds of documented incidents and consistent reports across unrelated visitors, it's hard to dismiss everything as imagination. Juniper, I'm torn. Part of me wants to book a night at Hill House to feel that chill myself, but that skeptical side is whispering maybe it's just a spooky old house. What's your take?
Oh, Matt, I'm with you on the chills, but I'm not sure I'd test my luck with Toby or Sarah.
Right.
That skeptical angle makes sense with those EVPs and scratches. Hard to fake all that.
True.
What do you think, listeners? Would you dare spend the night?
Exactly, Juniper. All right, let's wrap this up. Over to you for the sign-off.
That's a wrap on episode 164 of The Shadow Frequency, where we ventured into the haunted heart of Hill House in Mineral Wells, Texas. From its bloody past as a Native American battleground and Prohibition hideout to the restless spirits of Sarah, Toby, and that poor little boy. This Victorian mansion is a paranormal puzzle that keeps drawing brave souls to its doors. Thanks for joining us in the shadows, listeners. If you've got your own spooky stories or thoughts on Hill House, you can shoot us an email at shadowpodcast@protonmail.com. Matt, say goodbye to our shadow seekers.
Stay spooky, everyone.
And we'll see you next time on The Shadow Frequency, where the unknown is always waiting. Good night, and keep listening for those whispers in the dark.
This episode was produced with a commitment to exploring the unexplained while grounding our discussion in documented discoveries. All interpretations are speculative and intended for entertainment purposes.